Fiona Chambers concocted some so-called research on methane and then got caught out when these so-called facts are exposed by an audience member. Her giggling response was pathetic, like a kid getting caught telling porkies. Even the moderator had to sum it up by saying, "So you don't know?" and she gave an embarrassed grin.
My name's Matthew. I just was interested in hearing about the soil carbon stuff. My understanding is that the University of Sydney research was underway, but there's no peer-reviewed scientific outcome. So in other words, that research that someone was doing into trying to get carbon into soils to try and offset the methane production, which is terrible, from the belching of cows and sheep, and therefore agriculture is by far the biggest vector of emissions once you take into account the fact that we currently under-account on the multiplier effect for methane in the atmosphere. So in fact, methane should really be calculated on a 105 times basis, not a 25 times basis, and that's the latest NASA data for the effect of methane. So my understanding, and Fiona, if you can quote which peer-reviewed journal that's come out in, because I believe it hasn't, and I looked into this about a week or two ago, you'll find that although someone claims they're doing some tests, they haven't got it published, and so it hasn't been agreed with by the scientific community more broadly.
Okay, opportunity, Fiona, for you to respond. Have you seen a peer-reviewed journal article?
Great comment, and no, I can't answer that at the moment, and I'm more than happy to go away and look into it for you. I think what is clearly known is that these bacteria do take out methane, and that's where the research needs to be, further research into that to look at how they can take that up, because we're looking at a cycle, so it's how we can maximise those in the soil.
So the short answer is no, not that.
For the record, the moderator from the St James Centre of Ethics announced the results. Before the debate, the votes in favour of the animals was 65%, against were 22%, and undecided was 12%. After the debate, the undecided had dropped to 7%. The against had also dropped to 19%, and the side in favour of getting animals off the menu had gone up to 74%. So, Peter Singer, Philip Wollen and Veronica Ridge had won by a whopping margin, to use the moderator's terminology.